Maria Sharapova's forehand. Racket's up high. Racket face is slightly open, so she can't let the racket free fall just using gravity. She has to recruit muscles to align the racket face to a vertical hit. But look at the similarities. Should be inspiring, should be motivational. Go ahead, it's a big step out. Racket face gets below the ball. Left arm's out initially. And then at the impact point, the racket face is vertical. Body's at a 45-degree angle. The expression, she's staying over the ball with her body. Eyes are at the hit. And she's going to have a long follow-through. Like, show that follow-through. And the racket comes up over the shoulder. James Blake on the forehand has a reset swing. The racket face goes slightly down and brings it back up. He resets it. As the racket dips, an extra movement takes extra time. To make up for that extra time, he takes distance. He backs up. Let's look at his forehand in slow motion. Left hand's on the racket. Helps him relax the muscles in his right arm. His right elbow is raised. Feet are a good distance apart. Racket face is closed. And then at the impact point, you can see that he's lifted. You can see how the racket face is vertical. But still, besides a fixed wrist, the right elbow is bent. Eyes are at the hit. And it's great how he lifts up. Rafael Nadal, you can see how both hands are on the racket. Racket's up high. How his left elbow is raised. And he's just making a unit turn. It's not racket back, it's body turn. Justine Henin, similar to Rafael Nadal. Supporting the racket with her opposite hand. Right elbow is raised. Wrist is fixed. It's a unit turn. To set the swing, it's not racket back. It's leave the racket alone and turn the body. Justine Henin at the impact point. Similar to James Blake, you can see she's way out away from her body. Racket face is vertical. Eyes are at the hit. The front leg is lifted. So the body and racket go up together. Maria Sharapova from an aerial shot, reverse angle. And this is the best angle to demonstrate for your students. So stand in front of your students when you're demonstrating. Her eyes are at the hit. The wrist is fixed. Her right elbow is bent. Her weight's on her front foot. The racket face is vertical. Again, eyes going forward. Body at a 45-degree angle. To be picky, yeah, she's opened up slightly with her left hand. But again, the similarities far outweigh the differences. Roger Federer on the backhand side. On the backhand, he swings out almost 6 feet to his target. On the forehand, only 4.5 feet. But his head is down. He's sideways. The racket face is nearly vertical. Eastern backhand grip. Arm is extended way, way out in front. James Blake on the backhand side. Remember, at the impact point, pros are 95% the same from a biomechanical standpoint. Eyes are fixed at the hit. Arm is straight. Racket face is vertical. Body sideways. So a lot of similarities between Roger Federer at the impact point and James Blake. Justine Henin, the ball on the strings at the impact point. The racket face is vertical. She's way out away from her body. Imagination is greater than knowledge, an Einstein quote. Hitting a tennis ball, a stationary tennis ball, from a static balanced position. That's why it's so important in the developmental stages to take some time and have players hit off a cone, even when players are making changes in their game. But it's all about having the right contact point and the longest possible hitting zone. James Blake on the serve, the power line, where the body is in at a 45-degree angle. It tosses way inside the court. Lower body, upper body, arm, and racket go in at a 45-degree angle. On this particular hit, James could have stayed sideways longer totally sideways is not what we mean. We mean at a 45-degree angle. Nadal on the backhand side. He's going to turn. He's going to have the racket up high. He's a lefty, so his right elbow is going to be bent. It's going to be like a forehand on the opposite side of his body. So a two-handed backhand is a right-handed forehand. Please write this down. What we're teaching what the pros do. Now, this is in very slow motion. I've seen strokes with Vic Braden's work at 10,000 frames a second. It's like you can eat breakfast and watch somebody hit the ball one time. The racket's going to be on edge. So the trailing arm, the right elbow is bent. You do three things simultaneously. You're going to turn, change your grip, straighten the position of your hitting arm. Now that looks to me very much like he's in one of our stroke reviews, or the 42-second drill in front of a mirror. Fundamentally sound. Be brilliant with basics. But when we interpret strokes with the untrained eye, the naked eye, it's very difficult to realize, conceptualize, how the pros actually hit the ball. He lifts up, racket face is going to be vertical to hit. Head is still. Racket tracks out towards the target. Relaxes his swings from the elbow. Great extension. And the hands are a long ways away from his head.